Hey everyone, I think I'm live now. Sorry I'm running a little late today. I forgot our county's fair was in town, so I got held up in some traffic. How's everyone doing? Everyone hanging in there, doing good? Oops, let me take this down. All right. Well, so good to be here with you all today. I'm gonna please hold off on sending questions for just a little bit. I want to have some housekeeping to catch up with, and then just kind of talk about what's going on and some things. I think some boundaries that need to be set, to be just blunt with it. So just to get started, for my members, we did reschedule our uh, monthly mini readings and that live show. If you didn't see it on the community board, because the energy is so high right now. Um, so I'm going to be rescheduling our members live for next Tuesday, July 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe me and Mel will be on this Thursday. Susan, Lynn, and I should be on together on the next Wednesday, the 31st, as far as I know. If you didn't catch it already, I posted on my community tab on Sunday night. I had a really wonderful show with Susan, Lynn, and Afefe, where we kind of talked a lot about everything kind of going on. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Please go subscribe to their channels. But the energy definitely kind of shifted a little bit, and I, for one, am feeling really excited about it. So just a couple other things. If you're interested in a reading and you've been on my website, I made the decision Sunday because this energy is so heavy, and honestly, I'm feeling a bit exhausted with the personal readings. I'm going to take a little bit of a break from doing personal readings. I'm sure I'll have them back on here soon. And if you've already booked a reading, you're still good. Just kind of taking a step back from booking more readings at this time. But I am still offering my Reiki packages. So if you like a Reiki treatment, you can go book on there. I do have a discounted 3-session Reiki wellness package. So a little bit more discounted if you want to add Reiki to your wellness routine, or there's more intense healing. I have that package. And if you did want a reading, I do have my Reiki and reading combination that I'm still offering, which is a 30-minute reading along with, it's typically about a 45-minute Reiki treatment. It gives us some time to talk before and afterwards. So it ends up being about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. But I will be offering those. You can go on my website, kevinlovingvibrations.com, and book on that. I'm just going to take a little bit of a break for my own energy to stay high from the personal readings at this time. So let's just talk a little bit. I don't think I talked too much on my solo show about what was going on. But if you saw last Thursday on Mel's channel, I did say I felt Biden was going to be stepping down. I felt the energy shift at that debate. If you've been following me for a while, I always have said I felt Kamala would be taking over at some point. And to me, it felt like most likely into his second term, he would step down and she would take over. But clearly the energy shifted there. And, that's the thing about doing these psychic readings. The energy is always kind of shifting. Sometimes things are delayed. Sometimes things are sped up. And it's kind of out of our control, I think a lot of you really enjoy our wisdom and our feeling of the energy, but no psychic's 100% accurate at all times. Things change. We have free will. We can make different decisions. And so we're kind of tapping into the most probable energy. Okay. And so please be kind to the other readers in the community. I'm not happy that I got that prediction correct, but I did feel a shift. I'm here to tell you what I'm feeling. If things change, I'll let you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. But I think you want somebody here to tell you what they're feeling and sensing rather than what you want to hear, right? I always keep it real, you know? And so, even with predicting that accurately, um, I've been getting a lot of hate. I know other readers have been getting a lot of hate. I think even the ones that got it wrong. Um, but I think there is something to it where, there's some bots and trolls. But I'll just say I noticed hateful messages from people that have been following me for a while and names that I recognize. So it's so important during these times to really just keep the vibration high. That's my whole mission on doing this. I mean, the name's Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Let's keep those loving vibrations high, even when we're scared, even when we're angry. Let's transform that energy into something positive, acting upon maybe some of those fears. But it's never okay to attack one another. We need to stand together, united, not divided. And so, yeah, it's just so important. So I, for one, I'm not going to allow negative comments against myself, others in the, other readers that I'm reading with. No disrespect for people in the community commenting. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore. And I'm not going to tolerate negativity, anger, fear. Why are we spending so much time focusing in on, oh, Kamala is going to lose? Why don't we channel that energy into something positive and manifest this really positive outcome? It's really a waste of time and energy, and it's just depleting you. And when we're filled up with all of this negative energy and hatred or anger, we're no better than the other side. So we really just need to take a step back, calm down, do something to shift the energy for yourself. Okay. And so I felt like I really needed to say this and set those boundaries, because I will be honest, the energy has felt very toxic the last couple weeks. And I know for myself, I can't continue to put myself out there and put my energy out there if that's the energy that I'm receiving. If I need to take a step back for my own energy and for my own health, I will do that. And I don't want to do that. you know my reason for being on this show and sharing these messages with you is to really help the collective, to give us all something positive to look forward to. I'm not here to incite fear or anger. I'm here to help keep everything calm during these chaotic times. So please. And I'll just say too, a lot of you are very empathic, and this isn't directed for everybody. I want to make that clear. This isn't directed for everybody. There are some, though, I think, that need to hear this. I, for one, am very empathic. I know a lot of you are very empathic and you feel the energy really strongly. But when I do these lives and all I'm feeling is a lot of anger or fear, I'm picking up on multiple people feeling this. And so for me, it's very overwhelming and it's hard to really kind of stay uplifted in that space. So that's why I'm saying it's so important. Let's just all rally together. We're going to get through it. I, for one, like I said, I'm feeling excited with this energy shift. So let's just all hang in there, keep cool. If you feel like you can't, and you need a bit of a break from me, take a break. I understand. If you feel like you can't, conform with these rules that I'm putting out there, then this might not be the channel for you. And I'm okay with that. And I accept that. But we really just all need to chill out and hang in there. I tell you every show, do things that are uplifting for you. Let's make sure that we're grounding our energy and keeping the faith and the hope. It's so important because the energy that we're sitting in is the energy that we attract and we manifest. And I, for one, don't want to sit in a space where I'm being fearful about Trump getting in there and putting energy for that. Let's be productive and channel this energy, this fear, this anger into productive ways, and use that to act upon the changes that we wish to see. So, okay, everyone. I think that's enough of my rant. I think you get the point. Just saying, I won't be tolerating that anymore. And if it continues, I may be taking a step back. So anyway, so lots of good stuff going on. Some sad stuff too, but I wrote down a couple notes of things I want to focus in on, and I'm sure a lot of you are wanting to know too. But I want to take a look at Kamala. Will she win? I'll tell you, I feel very, very positive about it. Like I said before, when Biden picked Kamala as his VP, I knew instantly she would be president at some point. I got a vision of her coming in, and she had this beautiful glow, this golden glow around her energy, and she was being anointed with a crown, which to me felt like president. Like I said, I felt like maybe it would happen in a second term. That clearly's changed, but I think she's up for it. And you can see all of this excitement, all of this buzz. It's really kind of shifted the energy in this race. Because I think there were a lot of people that weren't happy with either candidate. They thought they both were a little too old, and they wanted some new energy in there. And I think Kamala is very good at that. And I think she is really good to kind of head on, especially in a time where women's rights are at stake, our democracy's at stake. I really see her coming out swinging and being that leader to get everybody energized and out to vote. But I want to take a look. We'll throw some cards if she'll win. I want to take a look at the energy for the Republican Party between now and November. I feel, and I've said this for a while, we might have just kind of went through something with the Democratic side, but this fall for Republicans, it seems very chaotic and explosive. I've said I wouldn't be surprised if Trump isn't even around or isn't able to actually run at the end of when we go to vote because of health issues. So let's look at Republicans between now and November. Let's take a look on if Trump will step down. Like I said, health issues. And let's take a look at maybe some VP candidates for Kamala. So there's some things I want to look at. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the chat. Sorry I was ranting and I wasn't keeping up. I did see I got a super chat, and I want to say thank you to Eric. Yes, I can send $5 to the Harris campaign. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's crazy too. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. She raised like over $100 million in 24 hours, which is breaking records. I mean, you can really feel the energy shift, and it's very exciting. And like I said, I think we've been way past due for a woman president, not to mention a Black, Indian, African-American president as well. So I'm, for one, I'm excited. But let's take a look at first if Kamala's going to win. So hold off on sending questions until I get through some of these. If I could have a wonderful person in the chat write out the question, Kamala, will she win? And I'll post it up just for everybody that ends up watching later. Yeah, the Republicans are losing their mind. They absolutely are. I heard Trump say that he wanted his money refunded because he spent so much money campaigning against Biden. Thank you, guys. All right, Kamala Harris. And I do think it will be Kamala. I think it's pretty clear it's going to be Kamala. Nobody has really risen up to try to challenge her. I think she's got enough delegates to take it already, so. All right, Kamala Harris. Are you going to win? Right, that will happen. All right, Kamala. What's the energy around you in your presidential race? Are you going to win in November? I get an absolute yes. The energy's a little wonky, so let's walk through it. I'll just say at the bottom of the deck, you have the lovers, which is agreements with Joe Biden. So Joe Biden, he's fully endorsed her. She was picked to be his successor if he should need to step down. And they're going to be victorious. He's still working with her, even if he doesn't run for another term. He's going to stay in office until his term's up. But I think Kamala is a good person with this Ace of Swords. It's revealing that truth, really kind of cutting. Right now, you have the devil representing the situation, so there's a lot of mixed feelings. We all love and respect Joe Biden. He's done an amazing service for our country, and it was not an easy decision. I can't think of many other politicians who would have stepped down and kind of passed the torch. It was a very selfless act that he did because he could see things from the bigger point of view, and he really cares where our country goes. There's so much at stake going against Trump. But there's a lot of anger still. There's a lot of fiery energy, I think, in the Democratic Party. I think globally, Kamala is crossed with momentum, the chariot. So this is all of that funding. This is getting out on the campaign trail and really things starting to ramp up. And I've told you, that's what I feel for Democrats. This huge push, this huge swing, a lot of momentum, celebrities, top Democrats, all coming out and gathering together and making it clear how important this election is. Pushing back on Republicans trying to take away women's rights and the dangers of Republicans with Project 2025 and how much is at stake for our country and our democracy if Republicans get back in. So this is that rallying call. They're going to rally behind Kamala. It's a sad process for us all. This is a grief. This is a mourning. It's a loss. It's a sense of mourning with Joe Biden stepping down. I don't think many of us are very happy about it. However, we have above us the Hierophant for Kamala. So this is stepping in as that leader, the government. So with Joe Biden's support and endorsement and coming out, and really I think he's going to campaign against her too, the government is above her, the presidency. I want to say, I think that the election's going to be a bit hectic. We have the Seven of Swords, which is the thief in the night. We know Republicans have a plan. I'll say here in Ohio, they want to throw away over almost 200,000 voter registration. So they're going to do whatever they have to do to try to manipulate this election. And it may be a bit of a standstill. It may go to the Supreme Court. There may be legal challenges there. The hangman is a bit of a delay. But ultimately, we have the Three of Wands. This is putting all that hard work in, watching and waiting for the outcome. Kamala's got the Wheel of Fortune, so this is destiny for her. It's a new beginning, a new cycle. And her last card out is the Emperor. She's in control. She is the leader of our country. So I want you guys to, like I said, let's all keep the faith. Let's visualize Kamala taking the White House. And I feel very good and very excited about it. Like I said, Republicans are going to implode between now and the election. And Democrats really have shifted this energy. Like I said, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of money. I think people are really excited about, for those that aren't very familiar with Kamala, which the vice presidents typically aren't out there as much and aren't getting as much attention. I think this is a wonderful time for her to introduce herself to people. And I see women and young people rallying around Kamala. And she's going to get a lot of the minorities to turn out too, minority groups. So please, everyone. It's a sad time. We're allowed to feel sad. We're allowed to mourn, but there's nothing that we can do to change the past. So let's work through this, take a step back if you need it, and then let's all come back together strong, and let's fight. Let's fight for Kamala and for Democrats this election, okay? I think Taylor Swift's going to help. Absolutely, Viviani. And thank you so much, Aries Fire. Oh, thank you for being the reason, voice of reason in all this chaos. That's what I'm here for, you guys. And that's why I give so much of my time and energy into it. It's really to help the collective during this time. Prosecutor versus a criminal defendant. Absolutely. Biden will be okay, Heather. Biden will be okay. He wouldn't have stepped down if he didn't think it was what was the best direction for our country to head into. Yeah, and Mexico just had a woman president as well. Yeah. I really feel this strong divine feminine energy coming in. Like I said, it's we should have had a female president a long time ago. But this divine feminine energy is going to come in and tear apart the establishment, tear apart the patriarchy. It's going to bring a lot of really positive changes, you guys. If I felt Trump had a shot in hell of taking the White House, I would tell you. My guides are very clear. He will never be president again. And like I said, I would almost not be surprised if he's not around come election time, because I tell you what, I don't think Trump really picked his VP. I think his VP was chosen by the elites, by all of these Heritage Foundation, all of these big groups, because they don't really want Trump back in power. But they want somebody that's going to be a useful puppet for them to get their agenda through. And so I told you, I think, didn't we read on it last week? Somebody asked me if Kamala and JD Vance will debate, and I got a very clear no. And maybe it's because, well, if they would have a vice presidential debate. Well, I think we know clearly why now, but maybe they have a presidential debate instead. I did see Menendez resigned. He didn't want to, but I'm glad that he did. He would have been forced out either way. But send me some names for Kamala's VP pick. I'll just tell you intuitively, in the past, when I saw Kamala as president, I felt Pete Buttigieg might be her VP. But the dynamics are a little bit different because Biden would have stepped down and Kamala wouldn't have been voted in. I think Pete Buttigieg would be an amazing VP choice, but I don't know if it would rock the boats a little bit too much, having a gay male VP and a black woman president. I don't know. I think that might scare some people. But I think Pete Buttigieg is amazing. He goes on Fox News and lets the Republicans have it, and he's well prepared. I would love to see him debate these Republicans and really kind of stand up with the messaging. He would be brilliant. I do feel like it still could be Pete, although, like I said, I feel like the dynamics have shifted a little bit. I feel good about Josh Shapiro. I think they're going to pick a younger male from the Midwest. Pete Buttigieg, I think, is from Indiana. Shapiro is from Pennsylvania. He's the governor. But throw some names out. We can absolutely check. Pete is amazing, just not for this ticket. Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of I don't know if it's what the elites would want for the Democrat side. It's really kind of pushing the envelope maybe a little bit out of their comfort zone. I'll say I do think Pete Buttigieg will be vice president at some point, whether it happens with Kamala or somebody else. That's where we follow the energy and we feel something, but how do they get there? That may be what changes a little bit. I could very well see Pete Buttigieg as president at some point. I don't feel like that right now, but at some point. Cory Booker. Kamala and Cory Booker are really close. I see Cory Booker really pushing for her and really he might even take, like a leadership position in the campaign. I don't see him stepping down from the Senate, but I don't think it will be Cory Booker. But they're very good friends. But I think Josh Shapiro would be amazing. He's a little bit, I think he just started his governor's race, so there might be questions about his experience. Let's throw in Shapiro and then send me some more names. I feel energy around Shapiro. If he's not the pick, he might be the runaround. Mark Kelly. I think it could be Mark Kelly, sure. I see them really wanting to focus in on the Rust Belt, though. And not to say that, if she were to win Arizona, that would be great too. But I see them really playing the Rust Belt and then expanding out from there. But if they keep the Rust Belt states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, I believe they have the election as long as they don't lose any states. Andy Beshear would be awesome, but I don't think that they want to take a governor in a red state away and have him be replaced with a Republican. Wes Moore would be great, and Mel says he sees him as president. I could totally see that. I just don't think it's right now. And I'm not really feeling Wes Moore for VP. I know Andy's a Democrat. He's in a red state. And if he was replaced, or if he was the vice president, he would be replaced and his seat would more than likely turn red. No, it won't be a Republican, you guys. I think there may be some talks about putting a Republican like Adam Kinzinger in. I don't see it. It will be a Democrat. I don't think it will be a congressperson. It will either be, I think it's going to be a governor. It could be a senator, but I don't think it's anybody from the House. All right, let's take a look. Josh Shapiro, what are your shots of being Kamala Harris's vice president? The Lover's card came out again. I think it's him, you guys. I keep seeing this Knight of Cups coming in. Maybe somebody could tell me Shapiro's zodiac sign. I think somebody did. I think it was a Gemini, but he was like a Cancer cusp. But this is a younger man, and this is the card that keeps coming through with Kamala when I've thrown on it. It's a younger male, maybe darker hair. And like I said, I feel like from the Midwest. You have the Lovers. This is a pact. This is an agreement. I think he will be the top two. They're definitely considering him very strongly. Shapiro would be a great strength, a fighter for the ticket. And then the Ace of Pentacles, which would be a new job, an offer. So we'll see. I think it's going to be Shapiro. We can look at Roy Cooper. And I think Roy Cooper and Kamala have a good relationship already. I do see a lot of energy into North Carolina. As I told you guys before, I don't feel the best about Georgia. Not going to lie. I feel like that may be one of the states that Biden won that maybe goes back. But I feel like North Carolina we can flip. Yeah, Shapiro's energy would really complement Kamala, and he's very charismatic. Who was I going to look at? No, I don't think it's Tim Ryan. what's the governor from North Carolina, Roy Cooper? Is that it? Yeah, he's a Gemini. He's like a Cancer cusp, though. I'll look at Kelly too. Give me a second, please. I can only do one thing at a time, you guys. I'll look at Kelly. I'll throw some cards for Buttigieg too. Let me write these names down so I don't forget. We're looking at Roy Cooper right now. I like the list that we got, though. I think she will pick somebody from that list. I don't think it will be a woman. I don't feel Gretchen Whitmer. I think she said that she wouldn't take it. I'll throw a card for Andy Beshear too, but I think it would be better to pick from somebody else and keep a blue governor in that state. He's on his last term, but didn't he just get reelected? Yeah, I think it's Shapiro too, but we'll see what the cards say. All right, Roy Cooper. Will you be Kamala Harris's vice presidential pick? I get a no. He's an option for sure, but I see them kind of heading in a bit of a different direction. Roy Cooper would be very good. He's got this very actionable Ace of Wands, so this fiery energy that I think he's kind of goes into that fighter, but he's got disappointment, Three of Swords. So I don't think it's Roy Cooper. Let's take a look at Pete Buttigieg. Did Beshear say he wants to stay in Kentucky? I think that would be smart. $900 in the room. Thank you all so much. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. We appreciate it when you do that. Okay, Pete Buttigieg. It won't be Newsom. That would be a nightmare. If they had more time, maybe they would pick Newsom. I see Newsom campaigning for Kamala, but not as a VP. I think Newsom may be the nominee in 2028. We can get into that next, actually, because I've shared, and this is reading on the energy before when I thought Biden would win, would get the second term and then step down. I felt like it was a bit of a fight because Kamala, at that time, being president for a few years, not running against Trump, may have a hard re-election, and it would be between her and Newsom. And I feel like Newsom could win it in 2028 for Democrats, but I don't know about Kamala. Because I don't get it very clearly if it will be a Republican or if it will be a Democrat. I feel like the Virginia Governor Youngkin may be the nominee in 2028. I think if it's him versus Newsom, Newsom would win. Yeah, Obama will endorse her. All right, Pete Buttigieg, will you be Kamala's VP? He's very smart. They have a relationship with another. He'd be a fiery energy, and he's an option. It would be a little bit of having to shake things up and head in a little bit of a different direction. He will be leader one day, but I don't think it's right now. He may hang on. I think Kamala very well might put him in the Secretary of State. That's how I kind of felt the progression going. Transportation, he would be an amazing Secretary of State. Like I said, he'll be a VP at some point too, and I think he'll be president one day. All right. I don't think it's right now. Mark Kelly. Will Mark Kelly be Kamala's running mate? Yes, she can, lady. Pink Lady D. Lady. Pink Lady. Sorry. No, I don't think she'll pick Biden for the VP. I don't. All right, Mark Kelly. Will Kamala pick Mark Kelly as her VP? I don't think so. It's very weird because I feel, thank you so much, Phyllis. I appreciate the super sticker. There is some celebration around Mark Kelly, and it's like there's momentum. He would be a really good candidate. But then I feel like, you know, there's some information that comes out that maybe causes a bit of, you know, this can be competition. This can be a bit of like that halts the energy. I think her and Mark Kelly are friends because I get like a close relationship here, but then we have the tower. Hard work, he would be a hard worker. He would build momentum for her, but then there's disappointment. 3 of Swords. It's kind of weird because I'm getting like a yes, and then I'm getting some heavy no cards with it too. I feel better about Shapiro's energy, but that's just me. He might be this. He might be the other choice that she picks. I think it's going to be somebody from the Rust Belt. I think it would be a really good and smart choice, and I'm sure that they will tell her this with Shapiro. If they have Pennsylvania locked in, I mean, it gives them a lot of areas to kind of reach out. Well, thank you so much, Aria and Robert House. Appreciate the super stickers and the donations. I know Kelly's not running against Carrie Lake. Was it Ruben Gallo? I think he's going to definitely beat Carrie Lake. She won't win. Yeah, they need somebody from the Rust Belt. All right, we'll look at Andy Bashir and then we'll move on. I think Kamala will make a lot of changes when she gets in the White House. When I read with Susan Lin and Afefe, I felt like she was definitely putting more women in cabinet leadership positions. I don't think she's going to dismantle everything. I think that there will be some people that Biden put in that she keeps, but I do think that there will be some changes. Thank you, Julie. And like I said, I feel a lot more women taking power, which, you know, it's about time, right? I won't be an all-woman cabinet, but there will be more women. Maybe she'll make it a priority to make it a 50-50 mix. All right, Andy Bashir. Will Andy Bashir be Kamala's VP pick? No, I don't think so. There's definitely energy around a possibility. Because I do have the 9 of Cups, which is wishes being fulfilled. Fool could be a new beginning there. But I feel like with Bashir, there's definitely some burdens and things to overcome. And then the Hangman with it too, which is a no. It's like that energy around it suspended. Temperance coming into balance. I think out of all of them, I like Shapiro's energy the best out of the cards, and intuitively that's who I'm drawn towards. Pete Buttigieg didn't have bad cards. Mark Kelly had victorious cards, but then also like not great cards too. So I'm feeling it's going to be Shapiro, but we'll see. No, I feel they're picking a male. To me, it feels like a younger male. I think Katie Porter would be awesome, but no, I don't think it's a woman. Yes, we're going to be okay. It's going to be great, you guys. Yeah, Bashir, I think he will run for the Senate in 2027. All right, what do we want to look at next? Do we want to take a look at energy around the Republicans between now and the election? I just want to take a look because I've always said I feel the Republican Party imploding. We just had our moment here on the Democratic side, but now we have time to shift the energy to gain momentum while the Republicans implode. It could have been somebody we haven't mentioned yet. Absolutely. I think it will be a governor, though. Like I said, I feel very good about Shapiro. There's something about his energy that's really resonating with me. Biden's going to do a lot of executive actions, and while he is still in there, Republicans are going to try to cause a scene and say he needs to step down. He's not going to. He will finish out his term and get some work done in the meantime. And then I think him and Jill Biden will have a much needed and much appreciated, well, Jill Biden I think will still work, but there's retirement coming in and taking a step back from all the public eye and just resting, recharging. Yeah, the energy shifts. I get it. It's scary times. A lot of you look to me and other readers for our insight, but no, we're not right all the time. And I'm very open with admitting it. But I also, and this is why I say I don't read on what other psychics read on, I can only share with you what I'm picking up. And it might be different than somebody else. I might be right. I might be wrong. I'm open, but I have to share what I'm picking up with the energy and be honest with you on how I feel. So energy shift. Like I said, I felt the energy shift very clearly with that debate. I struggled with saying that message because energy was starting to feel so negative and toxic, and that's the last thing I want to do is create more fear. But I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you what I see and what I feel and what I'm intuiting, and that's all we can do. Thank you, Ness. We're looking at the energy around the Republicans, the Republican Party between now and November. Yes, there's measures in place. But you guys, we can't focus in on the negative. I know that we have to be smart. We have to be open to possibilities, but we can't allow it to consume our lives. I mean, like I said, get your family, get your friends out to vote. Help build up this energy. Yes, I will be honest with you. You guys know I have a lot of integrity, and I lead with passion, compassion as well. Timing's hard to read too. Absolutely, Liz. Things shift. Things speed up. Things slow down. Free will kind of gets in the way, and Sometimes it changes altogether. I know the negativity was driven by fear. The stakes are very high, but we can't allow that fear to consume us and paralyze us and bring us down energetically too. We're going to be okay. But let's put out the energy that we want to manifest rather than allowing fear to put out more energy that's just going to have us continue to downward spiral and be crippled by it. Yep, we have to move forward. All right. Republican Party between now and November. What's the energy like around the Republican Party? I just got a weird message. I don't know what it's from. Let them eat cake? What does that mean? Is that like Marie Antoinette? Like they were thinking that it was like such in the bag and their egos kind of get in the way that they're not going to put up a fight? I just heard let them eat cake. That's how I'm feeling it anyway. I don't know. That's kind of weird. French Revolution. Okay. It's the energy room. This energy is all over the place. Now the Chariot. So we have momentum building up on our side. Feels like they're having a hard time countering it because the movement is coming in so quickly. And a lot of them are kind of trapped. They're unable to move because this momentum is coming in so quickly. Again, Six of Wands, which is quick energy. We have a lot of information coming out on them, whistleblowers, information leaking. And to me, I feel like it's financially related. So they're trying to hang on. Very well could be where they received a lot of their money. You know, getting their handouts. They're going to continue to be nasty, though, you guys. I don't want it to make it seem like it's going to be an easy time. They're going to be a bit ruthless with the tongue, I'm feeling. We have the mercenaries coming in. And this is like slow movement. They're not picking up that momentum like Democrats are. The moon coming in. Secrets. Things in the dark coming to the surface. The sun and the moon and the sun coming out together. So there's a lot of hidden agendas, a lot of secrets that are being illuminated on. And I see it leading to disappointment. Three of Swords. To me, it's big money coming in that leads to the disappointment. And then there's a resignation coming in too. Is this Trump walking away because of ill health? Or is this them walking away from their positions because they've lost? The last card out was the Ace of Cups, which is it can be overflow of emotions. Emotions being high. It doesn't feel good. We didn't get the Tower. So let me tell you, that's the energy I'm feeling for them. I know. Yeah, it's gonna be vicious. They're gonna say a lot of disgusting things. Oh, and a lot is going to be shown with the Project 2025, I'm telling you. That and women's rights and rights to make their own decisions for their bodies being huge. Like I said, I feel a lot of young and women coming out in droves. I feel like the turnout is going to be very high. It's going to be a very high turnout election. I think even more so than 2020. I don't think I'll have time to read on the convention today, Lori, but I will definitely take a look at it. When I read it in the past, they had a bit of a tower moment, but they're going through it now, and I think that that's what I was picking up with the tower. Because the tower comes in, it brings change. It's unexpected change. I don't think a lot of us really expected Biden to step down. And it's often kind of shaking and letting loose things that are not serving us and things that aren't built on a strong, solid foundation moving forward, so that we have a chance to rebuild and build up this strong structure, this strong foundation for ourselves. I think that tower that I was picking up was Kamala. Yeah, Black people won't be having the attacks on Kamala for sure, Val. I've seen papers that I feel like are going to come out too. I don't know how much media attention they get, but there's more stuff with that. Like I said, I feel like a lot of big bombshells coming out. Excuse me. Let them eat cake is a perfect example of how the Republican Party feels about their supporters. They do not care for anyone but themselves. They only care about power and money. That's a good point, Cicero. Yeah, it almost feels like their ego is so high, like they feel like they have it in the bag, you know. But I agree with that too. Just give the people what they want. We'll just tell them, we'll give them what they want. Meanwhile, we know who they're in bed with and who they work for. All their rich donors. Yeah, and how many times have I said too? Every time I read on Trump, I always get the Three of Cups, which is, you know, my women's card, and women will be the undoing of Donald Trump. So I think it's, you know, God love Biden, but I think it will be a bit of like karma for Trump to be defeated by a woman. Do we think his ego could handle that? And all the women coming out to vote him out, or to make sure he loses. He's not in there. Let's take a quick look at Trump stepping down, because I feel energy around that too. You guys, I've been saying that for a while. I feel like August, September, he might have a heart attack. He might have a stroke. Not wishing it, just telling you how I feel, what I'm picking up. Poetic justice, amen. There'll definitely be help for student loan debt. I don't think it's all going to be wiped out, but there's a lot more relief coming with that too. I think they'll take off the interest on it, and I see a lot of debt cancellation too. And then I think they'll put a lot of attention into making these colleges much more reasonably priced, because the tuition is just going out of control and up a lot more than just inflation too. Oh, absolutely, Biden will advise her. I don't think he will have a cabinet position or anything like that in Kamala's term, in her presidency, but she'll absolutely lean on him as an advisor. All right, Trump. Why even go there, Carol? Why don't we just be a little bit more productive and put our energy around Kamala winning? Sure, there's always a shot at that. I don't see it. My guides are very clear. Trump will not be president again. But why do we have to go to the worst case scenario and then just get in this consuming, paralyzing state of fear? If I felt that way, I would tell you that. I don't feel the energy shifted towards that. If it does, I will let you know, but I don't feel that. College is way overpriced, absolutely. All right. Will Trump be stepping down between now and the election? not balanced. He has a health event, you guys. Four of Swords, which in the Rider-Waite is the coffin. But this is often having to take a step back. It's a card of resting and retreating. Having time to heal. Kamala's coming for him. He's grieving. There's loss. Kamala is not going to play. Heartbreak. Three of Swords too. Like, that's what I'm saying. It feels like it's like vascular related. Like it's a heart attack because I'm being pulled to the heart. Or is it the circulation, something from the heart being pumped up to the brain? Because I'm telling you, I've said for a long time, he's got dementia. I mean, Biden might misspeak and he has a speaking problem, but he actually realizes when he misspeaks and he corrects himself. Trump just goes on in a tangent and mixes up names, and he doesn't even realize that he's done that. Knight of Cups. Justice is coming for Trump. The world is watching. Devil. I don't have like my walking away card like the Eight of Cups, but I think that there's going to be a health event. It may take him out. I think there's talk about replacing him for sure. Ooh. Yeah, he's defeated. Trump does not have good cards. Let's ask the pendulum with that. I wasn't seeing him walking away very clearly with the cards, although I feel like there's a health event. I think it's going to happen next month, August, early September. Will Donald Trump withdraw from the presidential race in 2024? Will he be stepping down as the Republican nominee? He keeps going back and forth to a maybe, and then yes, going clockwise. Maybe it's not fully decided just yet, but there's energy around it for sure. Wouldn't that be kind of crazy if both of the nominees ended up stepping down and we had two new nominees? And they might be talking about it now too, because they literally have to shift their whole campaign. They've been spending all this time attacking Biden, and now they have to totally, it's a total new game plan going up against Kamala. Summer wants cake. I'll take some cake too. My birthday is next Monday, so I'll have some birthday cake for everyone. Do we want to take, let's ask the pendulum, will J.D. Vance be the Republican presidential? Will J.D. Vance be the Republican candidate for president in 2024? Will he replace Trump as the Republican candidate? J.D. Vance. Oh, interesting. I'm getting a no. No. Will J.D. Vance be replaced as the VP of the Republican ticket? Will J.D. Vance be replaced as the vice presidential pick on the Republican ticket in 2024? Maybe. Saying maybe to no. I don't know, you guys. It's weird, but I think it's a pretty good probability that Trump won't be around towards the end. I feel like the Republicans, it almost feels a bit weird, and I've said this before too, where something happens with Trump and maybe they put somebody else to head the ticket. I would assume now that the convention's over, it would automatically go to Vance. But I see the MAGAs being so upset and thinking that it's a conspiracy theory and writing in Trump's name. So to me, it feels like the Republican ticket's kind of divided when it comes to voting. Because if Donald Trump had a stroke or heart attack, and let's say he was in a long care facility and wasn't out on the stage or the rally, the MAGAs would say that this is a conspiracy theory, that they're hiding Trump from us when we need to vote for him. They would do something like that. I don't know if he can be taken off the ticket if something happens to him now, or if it would automatically be Vance because it's his VP pick. I don't know. Myrna, the day after my birthday. I know that there's a couple members in the community that share the same birthday, so happy birthday to all the Leos out there. No, I don't feel Trump has good health. I don't think it's just a way to push him out. Yeah, they don't like fans. I just heard him. He was on stage talking about, I don't know, like thinking he was going to connect to Trump's voters by talking about drinking Mountain Dew, and thought he was being really funny and like waiting for applause or laughter, and they gave him nothing. They gave him nothing. And it was in Ohio too, where he's a senator. It's crazy. It could be September. I'm telling you, August, September feel huge for something big's going to happen on the Republican side. Maybe it is Trump. Oh, you're all sweet. Biden's okay, you guys. I'll throw some cards on Biden. But he's okay. He was very upset. I mean, who wouldn't be? What they should have done if they wanted him replaced because they were afraid of him on the ticket, and there was donors that said they would not donate. I think that there was a lot of polling to suggest that maybe he wouldn't win, but we know, and I've read on it, the polling isn't accurate. And I almost kind of feel like if they would have left Biden alone, Trump would have had this major fall, like I said, health event or something like that, and Biden would have still been in there. But clearly, that's in the past now. He's stepping down, the energy shifted. So it's as it's meant to be. But I feel Biden will be okay. I think he just if he hasn't already gotten back to DC, he's on his way back to DC because he tested negative. I did feel with the COVID, I don't think it was super serious. I was picking up a bad headache and body aches with it, but not a lot of I think he had some respiratory stuff, but it wasn't like really, really bad. But no, he felt a bit crappy. I read on it last week. Oh, I'll ask the pendulum this. Let's take a look at Biden first. Yeah, Biden would have won. He needs to rest, absolutely. That's what I pick up for him. He needs to take it a bit easy. That just shows what a great man Joe Biden is that, taking this on the sacrifice of his own health to lead this country, all that stress, and then know enough when to step down and step away. Like I said, we know if Trump was in there, if Trump wouldn't resign, he wouldn't do what was best. And I'm not saying that I think that that's what's for best, but I'm just saying Joe Biden's a very selfless man. How's Joe Biden feeling? Oh, Jill's with him. Jill's is his rock. She really brings in a lot of that love that he needs to kind of help with the healing process. Yeah, he's got family memories of love around him. There is a little bit of fear here. Anxiety. Biden's going to be okay. There's triumph. It is a bit of a waiting period, I think, for him to regain his strength. And I feel like there's a lot of mental fatigue there too. Maybe that's this feeling mentally kind of restricted. Yeah, he was feeling a bit tired. Yeah, he's good. Hierophant, he's going back in as the as president. He's got all of that wisdom, teachings to share. He is kind of going back and forth about it a little bit. Should I have stayed? Did I make the right decision? But he did make the right decision. He's doing okay though. Just have to be patient, waiting for him to kind of recover, but he's okay. Yeah, Biden's got a lot of love and support around him to help him. Like I said, I feel like Jill is such a rock for him. All right, and this will be our last question because we're over the hour mark. Will Trump debate Kamala? Will JD debate Kamala? Or will VP debate Vance? I think Kamala will she debate. I don't think Donald Trump would. I think he knows better. He would not embarrass himself enough to go up against Kamala. We're already seeing. And I told you that the first debate may happen, but I didn't feel a debate in September. I do not think Trump would debate Kamala. I think he knows better. Will Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have a presidential debate? No. No, it's a big no. Let me pull it up where you guys can see it. It's going counterclockwise. No. Will Kamala Harris and J.D. Vance have a presidential debate? It's weird. It's saying maybe, but it was kind of going around a little bit like a yes. So there may be some energy around Vance debating, but not Kamala, but not Trump. Kamala would wipe the floor with 45, and I would love to see it. You're already seeing him putting things out there like we need to shift the debate to Fox News. He will come up with any excuse to get out of a debate with Kamala. Will Vance debate at all? Well, he would debate. Let's take a look. If he's still VP, he would debate whoever Kamala's VP is. As I would love Pete Buttigieg to be her VP pick. Can you imagine him on a debate? He's probably the best debater out of all of them in the government. He's so smart. Will J.D. Vance have a vice presidential debate? Will he debate anybody this campaign season? Yeah, there will be some kind of debate with him. I'm getting a yes. Yes. Can you imagine? I would love to see Pete Buttigieg out there. He'll be out there anyway. Like I said, all the Democrats are coming out and coming together and fighting to win. They're going to do well. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. Like I said, I should be on Thursday night with Mel. I don't have that confirmed 100%. And then I have some shows next week. Again, for my members, we rescheduled our session. We'll do our next members live on July 30th, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Again, everyone, please just hang in there. I know it's scary. But let's rise above the fear. Let's rise above the anger. Let's respect one another. Let's all come together and unify together. The message they keep telling me is united we stand, divided we fall. So we all have to gather, we all have to rally, you know, feel your feelings, and then we have to move on. Okay? So please be nice. I don't want to have to take time away from YouTube, but if it continues to be toxic, I'm going to. And I don't want to do that. But all right, you guys. If you'd like, I'm not doing readings right now. If you scheduled a reading with me, you're good. I'm just taking a little bit of a break from personal readings, but I am offering Reiki sessions or a Reiki and a 30-minute reading combination. And I have a discounted 3-session Reiki wellness package as well. So if anybody's interested in that, you can go on my website, kevinlovingvibrations.com, and book. All right. And yeah, we're going to get through it, you guys. Just hang in there. I'll be on here real soon, sending you a lot of love. Y'all take care of yourselves, okay? All right. Bye, everyone.